COVID-19 with 3% mortality rate. COVID-19 is the earliest pandemic that we all been through, and it is a virus that mainly affects your lungs. It spreads through the air when people cough, sneeze, talk, or even breathe close to you. Once it gets inside your body, it attacks your respiratory system, making it harder to breathe. Some people only get mild symptoms, but others can get very sick with pneumonia or organ problems. What makes it dangerous is how easily it spreads, even from people who don't look sick. Now we are moving on to Ebola virus with a 30% mortality rate. Ebola virus disease is a severe illness caused by infected animals, especially fruit bats. It started happening in Africa, and it spreads through direct contact with the bodily fluids of infected people or contaminated surfaces. The virus attacks multiple systems in the body, especially the immune system and blood vessels, leading to internal bleeding and organ failure. Symptoms include fever, weakness, vomiting, and in severe cases, hemorrhaging. Ebola is highly deadly, but thankfully it's extremely rare to be infected, and there's a vaccine available. Sadly, the Ebola virus took around 15,000 or more people. Now the virus are getting much deadlier with H5N1 at 50% mortality rate. H5N1 is a subtype of influenza virus commonly known as bird flu. It primarily spreads from infected birds to humans through direct contact with contaminated surfaces, droppings, or secretions. The virus mainly targets the respiratory system, infecting the lungs and causing severe inflammation. In humans, it can lead to high fever, pneumonia, and respiratory distress. H5N1 is considered dangerous because it has a high mortality rate in humans and can cause rapid lung damage, although it does not spread easily between people. Okay, now we are getting into dangerous level with Naegleria fowleri at 80% mortality rate. Naegleria fowleri is a microscopic amoeba found in warm freshwater, often called the brain-eating amoeba. It enters the body through the nose, usually when people swim in contaminated water, and travels to the brain. Once there, it destroys brain tissue, causing a condition called primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. Early symptoms include headache, fever, and nausea, which quickly progress to confusion, seizures, and coma. It is extremely deadly because it hijacks the brain and rapidly destroys brain cells, and treatments rarely helps. This is the final virus that 100% kills you without any treatment, which is rabies with 100% mortality rate. Rabies is a viral disease that spreads through the saliva of infected animals, most commonly through bites. After entering the body, the virus travels quietly through the nervous system without any issues to the brain. Once you start having symptoms, that means it has reached your brain and you're mostly like cooked by then. Early symptoms include fever and tingling at the bite site, followed by confusion, aggression, and the fear of water. What makes rabies scary is that you can't tell if you got infected until you start having the symptoms, which means it already caused severe brain damage. However, it is preventable if treated immediately after exposure with vaccines if you can tell you got it. Please make sure to like and subscribe and comment if you have any thought. Also, check out my other videos, and everything said and used is for educational purposes only.